So, to tackle the complex damage done by the fashion and textile industry, I'm not going to put more data in. I think we know all of the damage that is done, and we mentioned the crisis earlier. Companies, producers, consumers, scientists, and local governments must come together to act with real urgency to enable consistent change. At a time where we experience multiple social, economic, political, and planetary crises, extended producer responsibility and value creation are key. I think there's a presentation. I don't know. Yeah, please go to the next slide. One company can't do this alone, which is why subject-specific circularity maps such as Textiles 2030, as well as collective standards such as B Corp and SANE, create a framework of transparency and accountability, ensuring equal respect for the environment, workers' rights, and consumers' health. Unfortunately, there is no simple solution. We need a holistic approach, cross-disciplinary knowledge, and global alliances to shift and upscale regenerative systems and expand new material technology. And I was excited to hear the discussion yesterday about education, research, and the role of actually creating new form of knowledge, and also the ability to create new forms of opportunity for jobs that are not even here yet, which we heard earlier today. However, I think, as Simone just mentioned, real change can only happen when fast fashion companies step up because they produce very high volume of fashion. So what are the key issues of fast and ultra-fast fashion? There's a lack of economic incentive and environmental and social purpose, limited purity of circular waste and recycling technology, low quality wear and tear of garments leading to waste, which is obviously disposed in the global south, lack of regenerative partnerships and system thinking, and the complexity of packaging and transport logistics, for example, plastic hangers. But there are some positive developments in fast fashion. I've noticed them. New certifications, as well as increased carbon literacy, modular approaches, in-store product take-backs, digital fashion apps reducing dead stock, and EU rights to repair legislations, the Green Textile Act in the UK, onshoring, the return to local micro manufacturing, as well as fast-growing second-hand fashion market, mainly driven by millennials and Gen Z consumers. So we need a real commitment to long-term investment. At Sandro St. Martin's, we have seen a steep increase in consultancy projects to change unsustainable practices such as denim dyeing and, for example, developing regenerative biomaterials. And you can see an example there. I actually presented one of the examples 2 years ago, and in the meantime, Stella McCartney has taken up a graduate's work, biosequence, to actually develop that as a kind of general practice for their fashion business. We also have an example here of Jen Keen's graduate project, This Is Grown, which is a sneaker grown from microbial nanocellulose. Fast forward 6 years, and has now secured a multi-million-pound investment for her startup, Modern Synthesis. I'm concluding to make a plea to the industry, investors, to shift to a more holistic model, to step up and scale up, to take on producer responsibility, to start a long-term investment into green economy, developing new regenerative materials and production systems. We could have the next slide, which I think is the final slide. Oh, sorry. Yes. That's great. And it's about, I think we talked about biodiversity. This is an example of a regenerative system looking into working on real stewardship and restoration of ecosystems. It's an example of Saltico's biopuff, which protects and expands carbon, sequestering wetlands and salt marshes while harvesting biomaterial for puffer jackets. At the same time, the development of biomaterials, whether from natural local agricultural waste production or synthetically grown biosneakers, is a win-win solution both for economic growth, for local communities, and ecological recovery. It's time to shift up collectively, pan-globally, and cross-disciplinary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anne.